Call to order. Determine that there's a quorum present. Commissioner Wardlow, Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Nettleton, Commissioner Flores, and myself, we have a quorum. Item 3, reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. If y'all will please rise. Commissioner Vasquez, from the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You didn't hurt yourself moving that fast. Like lightning.
That's it, man.
On fire. You're on fire. Approving minutes. I didn't have none in my package. You have one? Okay. Citizens' comments. Nobody turned in the paper. There is none. So far, we're doing pretty good. Item 6, approving monthly reports from elected officials.
Move. Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Item 7, approving bills for payment. Move. I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Nettleton. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0. Item 8, auditor's report.
Move.
Second. I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0. Treasury report. I have none. Item 10, a request that Commissioners Court enter an order pursuant to 34.05, parentheses I of Texas Property Tax Code to the successful bidder through the sealed bid process a certain property previously struck off pursuant to 34.01, parentheses C of the Texas Property Tax Code for delinquent ad valorem taxes owed to Verde County, San Felipe Del Rio Consolidated Independent School District and or City of Del Rio. You want to go through them?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
We have 4 properties. We have bids on the first one. Is a property that the city is interested in purchasing. The city has approved it being purchased. The school has approved it being purchased. They're requesting the amount of bid of $1,037, which is the cost of the court costs that are still due to the district clerk, which cannot be waived.
And the back taxes?
The back taxes to be requested to be waived also for them. They're waiving all taxes. The school's waived their portion. The city's going to be waiving their portion, and they're going to be using that main street to addition to the park, or to make a park addition to the property next to it, which is owned by the city of Del Rio.
Motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? None. 5-0 vote.
Second property, total bid amount is $5,000 plus post-judgment taxes. If approved, they're going to be paying a total of $7,351.81. Now, the bidder has put the information, the upkeep to redo the property. He is estimating the city right now has certain code compliance fees of over $800. He's indicating that rehab of the property totaling $18,000 and unknown costs for plumbing, electrical, and permits. He expects the cost in all likely to be in the range of $25,000 to $30,000. Pictures are listed of what the property looks like. And again, total bid, including the post-judgment taxes, is $7,351.81. The value at the time of judgment was $42,270.
Hold on.
That's showing.
There you go. Sorry about that. I'm glad she wasn't talking about you.
The current value went up from what we took a judgment to $43,167.
The whole thing is, though, that if they pay the dollars,
They'll
put it back on the tax.
pat it back on the books, part of the value.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against?
Next
5-0 vote. Go ahead.
Next property, property which the county wants to purchase for the amount of $919 is the court cost fees. The city and the school district have approved already.
This is the one.
That's landlocked between the base and the county-owned property
Just
already.
the 5 acres right next to the tower out there by the SC Ranch.
Yeah. Move.
Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote.
And the final property, The bid amount is $3,000. Total with post-judgment taxes will be $3,387. The bidder has also listed a reason why. It's a vacant lot.
So there's nothing on it?
There's nothing on it. The current value, well, the value when we took our judgment was $2,500. The current value has not changed. It's $2,500. They'll be paying more than the value of the property at the end because they're bidding $3,000 plus additional $387 for post-judgment taxes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Nettleton, all those in favor? 5-0 vote against.
Thank you.
That's too easy.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Item 11, discussion on immigrants.
They're still coming?
They're still coming. I had asked Roland if he'd get us some numbers just so we get an idea of what the NGOs here in town have gone through since the beginning of in the year 2021, through the NGO. That's not what has been released by Board Show, but what was released to the NGO. There was 22,317 individuals that went through the NGO's doors. So
That doesn't include the 15 or 20 or whatever the number is that was under the...
no.
So
They got a very, very, very small part of that. They were transferred out of the county.
We don't know what the total number for the bill is.
The sheriff will get it for us. No, I'll ask the sheriff to get it for us.
About double our population.
At least. Well, every time that we set new records, like every year, the last 2 years. Yeah, we just keep setting.
I understand they closed the bridges in Eagle Pass because of, or they did the other day. I don't know, they may be open now.
Yeah, they're having the same issue that we had here. Now they're having it. The other deal is the guard. They got a call on Saturday, and that they said they would be off the property this week. I think there's just, I'm going to say 4 of the bigger containers still left out there, and some little barricades that they were going to remove, but pretty much everything's off the property at the Verde County Fairgrounds.
Just so everybody knows, we gave them additional property. We didn't throw them off. We just moved them to another location.
Yeah. No, and when the county and we allowed them to be there at the fairgrounds, it seemed like a good idea because it was a piece of property that they could get into really quick and start helping. But this last go around in September, when they moved in more people, I'd asked them if they could move somewhere else just because of the amount of traffic that was there, and there was a danger to kids. I mean, they're going to do everything possible to make sure they don't run over anybody, but you just keep putting more and more people there. The chances of something happening or going wrong are greater. But they have moved. I want to thank them for still being here. 43 acres is what the county has set aside for them out at the SE Ranch. And then we drew another line around 30 acres that in case they need it, it's still in line. It stays off all the other pieces of property. They've not said that they need that, but the 43 acres, they are using it, and they did put a fence around all of it. They're fixing to run power out there, and it looks like they might even run city water to it. So that's where we're at with immigrants. Any other questions? Okay, we'll move on to item 12, discussion matters relating to COVID. Our numbers are going up. We got a report on Thursday that we had 391 active cases. And if you've been out looking to get tested, there's been a line everywhere to get tested. There is clinics scheduled in January at the mall from 3 to 7. On the 5th, the 7th, the 12th, the 14th, the 19th, the 21st, the 26th, and the 28th of January at the mall, in case you need your first or second dose or booster at the mall from 3 to 7.
How many locations do we have for rapid testing?
The one that has been doing them and they've been getting them out really quick has been staff.
No. Did we have one at the airport? I thought they were sitting.
They were
on-
testing, but they were having issues, out there with the amount of wind is what the report that I got yesterday. So they were moving that, we were going to try to move that one to, I think, inside the Civic Center or something for a little bit. It's what they did last week. But they, the one that we've been having better, I shouldn't say better, because I sound like I'm throwing rocks at the other ones, but I'm not. But was Stat. Stat was doing them. I know that.
Were they charging?
Yes.
The other ones were free, right?
Yes.
Do we or the city need to look for a different location for some?
They have the kiosk, the one that's there. We have a meeting this afternoon with Dr. Palau, John, Roland, and myself, and Dr. Gutierrez this afternoon to talk about COVID, to see which way we're going to move forward. The CDC had changed their rules. One of the things that we're having issues with right now is CDC changed their rules from 15 and then to 10 days, and then now 5 days. The issue that they have when you look at the CDC rules is 5 days from symptoms, but a lot of people lie. So it's easier if they just do 5 days from the day they got tested. That way they're not lying to you, well, I had symptoms a week ago and now I can go do whatever I want to. So if they'll do 5 days, what we've been asking is if you'll do quarantine 5 days from the day you got tested, and you know, wear a mask after that for another 5 days, is what we're recommending. We are going to ask again that every testing site hand out documentation as far as recommendations, because one of the conversations we're going to have this afternoon is that deputies have been serving paperwork, but if it's 5 days, if you got tested on a Monday, we're not getting results, or we're not getting that the person was positive until Wednesday or Thursday, 3 or 4 days later. So by the time you serve paperwork, then it's really redundant. It doesn't matter because you've only got a day left, according to CDC rules. So what we're going to ask is that everybody that tests, what the deputies are serving, for them to give them that paper. That way they follow those recommendations. If they test positive, just follow the paperwork. I think that's going to be simpler. Dr. Palau's not on there, but if they want to serve, but I think also the conversation is that it's really not doing any good. I think our focus needs to change more a little bit into tracing to figure out how to stop it, slow it down. There was 3 people that we had phone calls, 3 different people this morning that called in that they got their test results. They've not been contacted yet. Well, they hadn't been contacted yet by the sheriff's office because we didn't even have their names yet. So again, by the time we get their names to be able to serve them with paperwork, I mean, the 5 days is over. But that will be a conversation that we'll be having today with John Sheedy, Dr. Palau, Dr. Gutierrez, and Roland to figure out, and I think the sheriff we're going to call, he was going to be on a phone call also, to figure out on the serving the paperwork. So, any other conversation on that one? We good? Okay, item 13, discussion possible action on sports complex at the fairgrounds. I put this on the agenda because now the guard is off, so I needed to get guidance to figure out which way y'all want to run with this. We'd already voted to do the fields and everything there, and then the event center and an indoor basketball, but I want to make sure which way we're running with this.
I'd like to make a motion, Judge,
Okay?
to move the sports complex to the SC ranch and let the fairgrounds be fairgrounds, which was decided by a committee of citizens, not politicians. A committee of citizens decided, made a plan for the fairgrounds and the development on the fairgrounds.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, okay. All those, I have 2 for, Commissioner Wardlaw and Commissioner Flores, is that correct?
Yes.
All those against?
All right.
Aye. Motion fails. Where do y'all want to start on this?
I'd like to start in the front so we can at least get some feels for these kids coming to practice sometime in March, that open area around the front where DPS was at, to try to start leveling and getting that ready for some at least some practice fields and stuff while we work on the other pieces, but some decent fields up there in the front. I think we had a plan somewhere. Kind of lay out that plan and start working on that.
Okay, we can lay it out, if not by the end of this week, the beginning part of next week. And that way we can get all the commissioners to go out there and look and see which way we're running. Will that work?
That'll work.
All right. Did you want to say something? I know you're here and you're part of that committee. Uh-huh.
I mean, I was a committee, we worked with the architecture firm we hired, and had a plan and that, anyway. The committee, JD guidance, I mean, if y'all want to take it from here, I don't know if you need a committee anymore. I think y'all kind of have it where y'all want to go with it. And, I mean, I'm happy to help, but,
Well, and the deal with the event center and the building, there's two buildings in the front, one building in the back. So that was part of what y'all had done.
right.
So, and I think also the other thing that y'all had looked at was the RV spots in the center, back towards the back. That's going to be done also in the arena, or not in the arena, in the center part. That's going to be part. That was part of what the committee had also recommended. So that's part of this process also.
Like I said, we did what we were told, asked to do, and we worked with the architects,
Yes,
came up with a plan. And then the only thing concerned me personally, I'm chairing the committee, is it's the way it shifted years, and we're here when we lay out, so that's fine. If y'all said baseball, we'd have been baseball fields all over the damn thing to begin with. We took the direction y'all gave us, and we did what we thought was best for that. So, like I said, I don't, all I care about is something gets done, that we don't spend $85,000 with architecture firm for nothing, and then we turn a shovel of dirt out there and we have some kind of complex for the citizens of the county to use. Because me personally, just as a citizen and taxpayer, I get tired of all the lip service and spending money and nothing happens. See, it happens time and time again around here. Eagle Pass has facilities all over the place, but that's a different environment. They have people over there that donate property to them, so it makes it a lot easier financially viable for them. I get that. But I just want to see something for this community done.
Okay. That'll work. And Mr. Murdoch, we appreciate everything, all the work that y'all put
I
in.
appreciate everything y'all done. Y'all had your hands full for the last year and a half with one stupid deal to the next. You said immigrants a while ago. We probably turned the population of Del Rio loose on this country 4 or 5 times this last year.
Yeah, just through Verde County.
That's not my house,
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just, y'all done a good job. I appreciate everything y'all all done, because it's been stressful on y'all. And I'm glad y'all had to do it, I didn't. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 14, discussion possible action to fund support the First Kids Art Gallery. There's a building down there, they've been trying to work on. I think it's in your precinct, there by the school, by the Brown Plaza. They've asked if we could donate some funds or something in order to help, build
They want to put up a building or they want to remodel it?
They want to remodel the building, and I think once they get closer to where they're actually going to pull the trigger, and that's what I told them was once they get closer to when they're actually going to build it, then we could probably, because it's all about bringing people in and bringing kids in from outside of Verde County, and then also the kids inside the Verde County to be able to use this facility. They do a lot of work with recycled material, a lot of artwork with recycled material. I think it would be a great project to invest in. I know that.
So we have hotel motel tax money?
We have the hotel motel tax money from within the city limits that we've never touched, and then we also have a good chunk of change in the hotel and motel money that we have that we've collected outside of the city limits.
What kind of funds is that?
They've had, I think what they're asking for would probably be, on the high side, $10,000 for construction material in order to build this facility. Help build this facility. I know that they have another donor that's already donated $10,000.
I'll make a motion to authorize $10,000 on a hotel motel tax.
Second. I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Thank you. Item 15, discussion possible action on soccer fields on Frontera Road. We've had, all the precincts, and Commissioner Nelson, Commissioner Vasquez has spent a lot of time down there. I would ask that maybe if we could give permission to building maintenance, maybe to go out and try to get some people hired to do this, because it's not fair to the precincts that y'all are going down there and doing this. And I think if we got a company to go down there, run motor grader for a week, and then it's done, or a week and a half. But I put this on there just so you get a
How much
feel.
more do we need?
Sir?
How much more do we need?
I think if we spent, 2 weeks down there with a couple of motor graders, a dump truck and a loader, we would be done. At the most 2 weeks. But we need to get those done. You know, like he said, we're doing the lip service right now, we're not getting it done. So, it's one of those deals that it'll take, it shouldn't take more than 2 weeks. It might even take a week, with a couple of motor graders to do one motor grader up on top for Alcoa Field, one motor grader on the bottom to do the bottom. And then for sure a dump truck and a loader to move some of that dirt around to get it down at the bottom. Is that about right, Carlos? Might be able to get it done in a week. But, I know y'all are busy, but if we
need to get it finished, and
we have funds available, I think that we could get out.
where are we gonna get the money?
Building maintenance still has a little bit of money still has money in their account. If they run out, we have to set aside, $1 million out of, ARPA money that we could come back and hit if building maintenance runs out of money. We'll just keep track of what we're doing. Sir?
Get us some prices, whatever it's gonna cost to do it. I don't know what it's gonna cost.
Can we go ahead and in the 2 weeks, we could get prices and move forward and go through the whole process, but not have to wait 2 weeks to come back to the court if y'all
That's
have
fine. I'll make a motion to authorize the judge to find somebody to, get some motor graders and stuff to finish the fields, the soccer fields.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. If we could do the same. I think on Alcoa Field, I asked Carl right now because
I thought we were pretty close on that one already. Weren't we, Carlos?
it's, the grading's, we were out there, the grading's really close. The deal with Alcoa Field, and I just asked Carl right now because it is a grant. What process could that be? He's recommending that we go out one more time for bids. Is that correct, Carl?
Right.
And in doing that, then I guess we'll just sort of spoon feed some of these individuals to show up to try to get these projects done. We did not have local bidders. And I think that was one of your concerns.
Yeah.
Was, why they had not.
Was it an insurance issue? We just don't know.
No, I talked to a couple of them and they didn't read the paper. They didn't realize what was going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, we will, and we put it in the paper, Melissa, we did all the advertising that we're supposed to do, we just didn't go out and bring them by the hand and say, okay, why don't you come bid? So I guess that's what we'll do this next go round is call one by one and make a list and check it twice and see who's been nodding. So.
Yeah, most of that, like irrigation, most of that should be able to be done by local contractors. The grading and stuff, the electrical and lighting, that's a whole nother ballgame, but, the rest of it's pretty simple. It's
So we'll go out.
grading, sod, irrigation, fencing.
Sir? How many days?
Can we do that today?
We
Yeah.
can. We can. What would, how many days do we need
30 days,
for the grant?
3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Okay.
So we need to go out for bids and open them. Is that what you're looking for?
A bid opening day? Yep.
So today is the 4th.
We have at least a minimum of 15 days from the day that we post.
Yeah, we're gonna deal with local contractor. I think you need to give them a little bit more time.
So you want to open the bid on the 28th? That would give 3 weeks and change.
That'll be fine. I'll make a motion to open bids on the Alcoa fields for the 28th of January.
Second.
All right, have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Discussion, item 17, we can go ahead and just, table that one because Melissa already had it on there. So no action needed for item 17. Item 18, discussion possible action to set aside funds for each precinct for trash pickup. I know that in the past, we've had, some money that was brought to each precinct, by the self-help center through one of their programs, and there's none available right now. So, would y'all need some money? I know that a couple of years we've done the major tire cleanup and trash pickup. I mean, do y'all have enough funds to do that? Do y'all need, say another $4,000 a precinct in order to help with that? Or
I mean, right now, I'm okay. I mean, if y'all wanna set aside, that's fine. We can put some
are
money.
y'all okay? Y'all have money?
I could use some money, Judge, I've got a lot.
I guess that was a silly question, right?
Come on now. You're handing out free money.
I'm just saying, I know that there's tires, everybody has tires in our own precincts that y'all have been picking up, right?
Yeah.
Do we have a trailer or are we still holding to the dump? Are we gonna get the trailer back?
We could get a trade from Laredo.
We're getting the trailer.
I heard Melissa had already asked it.
Can we pay that out of something in the precinct budget? And then everybody can.
Well, we could set aside probably, $16,000 per precinct and for the trash pickup,
Where can we get that money, Judge?
the contingency.
I'll make that motion.
I mean, it just, y'all got trash, y'all got tires. Right now, it seems like everybody and their grandmother, everywhere we go, there's tires.
That would help. I mean,
Have a motion, Commissioner Wardlaw, second.
Second.
Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 19, approved quarterly report to Texas Water Development Board, September 1st, 2021 through November 30th, 2021 for the flood early warning system project. This is out the one that we're working out there with the tower and stuff, right?
Motion to approve.
Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 20, approved affidavit of posting citizen participation public hearing notice for Verde County TDHCA Community Resiliency Program grant applications.
Move.
Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 21, approve and sign resolution for the submission of Texas Community Resiliency Program grant application, rehabilitation community facility, Sam Houston School Building. The resolution designates Louis Jones Jr., Verde County Judge, as authorized official and signatory agent of the applicant, Verde County, for all documents related to the application and document. If awarded, the grant is administered by the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, CDBG CARES Act.
Move.
Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Wardlaw, all those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 22, approve and sign resolution for the submission of Community Resiliency Program grant application. Honey, I'm shortening. Application, rehabilitation, community facility, Cardwell School Building. The resolution designates Louis Jones Jr., Verde County Judge, as authorizing official and signatory agent of the applicant, Verde County, for all documents related to the application and contract. If awarded, the grant is administered by the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, CDBG CARES Act.
Move.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Item 23, update progress report on Texas CDBG contract number 7219085 Vega Verde San Felipe Pastures, Rise Estates, Waterline projects.
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Wardlaw.
Okay, we got a call from the state director, a couple of days before Christmas. Wasn't a very good Christmas present, but anyhow, she called me. You may recall the county requested an extension on, this is the project for Vega Verde, Rise Estates, San Felipe Pastures. And, back in October, we submitted a request. You may recall it, 2021 was, had a lot of ups and downs. And so we requested a 12-month extension to complete the project. The state director told me that she would grant the county 90 days from the end of January, 2022 to obligate the funds through executed material contracts. So the county needs to go out for bid. We're going to request separate bid packages for each of the three areas, Verde, Rise Estates, and San Felipe Pastures. And, to move forward with this and to obligate the funds, by the month of April. If we meet that milestone, then the state will grant the county an additional 9 months to put the water line in.
So we need to purchase material, bottom line. We need to purchase it and have it here.
We need to go out for bids. Yeah, you may recall we still got a couple of contingencies on a couple of easements that we're dealing with. We sent a couple of landowners certified letters. I don't know if we've heard any reply back from them, but I think we can do that concurrently. And we don't know until the bids come in if we can even do the entire project, because when the bid estimates were put together a couple of years ago, pipe was probably half of what it is today.
Well, I can tell you that at the beginning of the year, it was at the beginning of last year, it was $8.94 for an 8-inch C900, and then this last go around, when we went out for bid, it was $23 and change.
Exactly. So once the bids come in, we can see what amount of the project we can complete. We may have to scale it back to get it into within the budget in each respective precinct, and submit a form of statement modification or an amendment depending on the amount that we have to reduce the project.
And these plans, they've already been turned into the city.
The last I'd heard, and I may be corrected if I'm wrong, I think back in September they were like 60% complete. So it should be probably 90% complete by the day.
So we don't have city approval?
Do what?
We don't have city approval?
I don't think they've gone to.
They were presented to the city.
We presented it to the city, but they've not presented it to,
Utilities?
Utility Commission.
And the city council hadn't approved it?
No.
So we don't even know if they're gonna approve it?
In visiting with them, on the other projects, they gave us guidance in order how to move forward with this one, and they didn't figure it would be a problem. But in answer to your question, it's not been approved. They've not approved. We have not presented final plans.
Right. So we're gonna be able to scale the project back to fit the budget, or are we gonna have to come up with more money?
No, we can scale it back. Yeah, TDA will give us that, capacity once the bids come in. Another thing we may want to keep in mind, for some rental equipment, we need to just kind of see how our bids come in. Make sure there's a little money in there at the end of the day for rock saw or any additional equipment we may need, to do the installation.
Well, once we get the price back on the pipe, then you can figure out how many linear feet we're gonna be able to do, and then you can set aside, because I think y'all were able to dig y'all's with backhoe.
Yeah.
Right. And you were able to dig yours with backhoe. The only problem that we ended up with rock was Commissioner Waterline's.
Yeah. I didn't know over there in San Felipe's on this one, it's up there along State Loop 79. Quite a bit of rock up there.
Yeah, once you get up there, it's gonna be a bit
Yeah,
hard.
you're gonna run into rock over there.
Yeah.
So it
And
depends on
up,
how much backhoe buying.
Tierra Blanca.
Tierra Blanca, yeah. We're still dealing with them two landowners over there, to see if we can get on the east side of the fence line.
Carl, we're gonna handle this project on a separate basis, right? They have Verde separated.
The intent is to bid the project in 3 separate packages, but simultaneously at the same time. In other words, we will request bids from a material supplier for the amount of materials for Vega Verde Road, for the amount of materials for San Felipe Pastures, and for the materials for Rise Estates. Then once those bids come in, we'll look at those bids and review them to see, what amount each one they need to be scaled back some. We'll just have to, we won't know that until the bids come in.
In answer to your question, yes.
Yeah.
The materials, the bids are separate, that way we don't have, we had this last go round, and then also the plans, if we can get them divided a little bit better than putting them all in one package, that way if we have issues with one of the packages, it doesn't slow down the other two projects.
Yeah, definitely. No, because I'd like to send, the water project to the city as soon as possible. Because this time I'm not gonna have the issue with, hard terrain, rock and all that. I mean, being that it's sand, I mean, that'll be pretty easy to.
Yeah, the intent is to bid it separately but concurrently, but have the materials then delivered to each respective project site. Yeah, so everything for Verde will be delivered to Senegus Road and everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the way it's been done in the past.
Okay.
So, okay,
That, do you need anything from us? Do you want to set a date, or do we need to do anything on
Well,
this?
you need to do authorization to go out for bids.
that would probably be a good idea. Yeah, I would like to, have it ready to go out on the street. If everybody could kind of take a look at it and be good with it by the 1st of February.
I'll make a motion to authorize to go out for bids for the material for these projects.
Second.
Oh, wait a minute, we already had a motion.
Had a motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Wardlaw. Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Wardlaw, do y'all want to rescind y'all's motions, that when we get started all over again?
Yeah, we'll say.
Very
All
good.
right, I'll make a motion to authorize the purchasing agent to go out for bids for materials for the Vega Verde San Felipe Pasture Horizon State Waterline project. The thing we need to be careful about in the future with these is the price of material is changing so quickly. We can't afford to sit around and wait too long to go out for bids when we start buying stuff. We need to speed the process up.
Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second, Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Carl, you okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Item 24, discussion possible action or approval of whole 5-year maintenance agreement for the new precinct 2 dozer and granting authority for county judge to sign agreement in the amount of $18,341 for 5 years. I guess this will come out of your budget, Commissioner.
Yes, sir. Motion approved, Judge.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 25, discussion possible action or approval to name an unnamed road in Rough Canyon to Chia Circle. Is that it?
Yes, sir, Judge, that's a concession in Rock Canyon, Judge, that, nobody else around has an issue, visited with, that whole area. That is just so it would make, give her a 911 physical address.
Is that a motion?
Yeah, is there a motion?
Yes, sir, motion.
Second.
I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second, Commissioner Nettleton. All those in favor? Aye. Why would anybody come up with a name that nobody can say? Nobody can find it. Item 26, discussion possible action to authorize the renewal of the service and maintenance agreement with Biblioteca for the county library for a total of $11,433 to span from March 1st, 2022 through February 28th, 2023. I guess it'd be 2023, right? Okay. To be paid out of library expansion fund IT line item.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 27, approval to advertise and request bids for fence project at 1690 Senegus Road on behalf of Precinct 4 Commissioner Gillespie.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All
What are
those
we
in favor?
paying for this, or what is
We
this?
have insurance money for
Oh.
the fence. Is that correct? I mean, that's correct, right? I mean, if I misspeak, somebody.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, we
Do you
have,
insurance?
What insurance company?
there was insurance that we got.
Yeah, from the hail damage.
From the hail damage. Yeah,
Okay.
and it was specific to the fence. Also, there's a dollar amount specific to the fence. Motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 28, discussion possible action on non-responsive bids pertaining to bid number 21-016, renovation of airfield lighting at Laughlin Air Force Base. It's for the lighting.
I like the airfield.
Nobody bid on
Got
it?
bids. We did
Nobody,
this.
no. We did not. We
People
We
have
did
not
go
picked up
out.
packages,
Yeah, like, we have like 9 package holders.
but nobody bid.
No.
that one company we had talked about,
Do we need to go back out and rebid it then?
yeah.
I'll make a motion to go back out and rebid the, lighting for the Laughlin Air Force Base.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 29, discussion possible action to select a committee and score RFQs received for bond counsel.
I'll make a motion to appoint Matt, who all do we need on this? Purchasing, Melissa, Tom, and somebody from the court,
Yes.
the judge.
That'll work.
All right.
Have a motion, Tom, Matt, Melissa, and myself. Commissioner Nettleton made the motion. I need a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 vote. Item 30, discussion possible action for court to allocate the remaining balance of $238.71 from capital outlay or appropriated fund to purchase a 1,500 4x4 crew cab for risk management health department, and approval to transfer. Okay, and approval to transfer a 2018 Ford F-150 VIN number E36666 from risk management to purchasing. We'd set aside $35,000, and then we'd also said that we would trade in the Jeep if necessary. And trading in the Jeep, and the $35,000, we were still at $238.71 short.
Motion to approve out of contingency.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 31, discussion possible action on setting aside price for a 5,500 4x4 crew cab. We'd set aside $65,000 for this one,
Mm-hmm.
and
They're coming in.
You didn't even get close, did you?
well, they're coming in at
Like
the
68,
68,000.
70, 72.
They're, yeah. So
Where do we take this money from originally? I forgot.
contingency,
And we need an additional
another $3,000.
3
Mhm.
or 5?
I'll go 5.
I'll make a motion to take up to 5,000 out of contingency to cover the shortfall.
Second. I have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0 vote. Also on this one here, he's just selling, we saw the list of stuff that he had. The fire
You're
department,
gonna use that money too, right?
that money we can throw back into contingency once. Item 32, discuss possible action to accept the check donation in the amount of $250.
There's your 200, there's your money right there.
Right, that's part of it, yeah.
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote. Discussion possible action to activate the county-wide burn ban for 3 months effective, January 4th, 2022.
Move.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0 vote.
I mean, George can burn.
Yeah.
He's selling.
Item 34, approving human resource report from January 22nd, 2021 through January 4th, 2022.
Motion to approve. They're all in compliance, Juanita?
Yes, sir.
Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Nettleton, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0 vote. Item 35, closed session consultation pursuant to Texas Government Code A 551.071 (2), attorney-client privilege, B 551.071 (1), A, contemplated litigation, C 551.072 regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, and value of real property and possible action in open session thereafter, D 551.073 regarding negotiated contract, lease, or value of real property and possible action in open session thereafter. Take a 5-minute break. Y'all give us the room for executive session.
Do I leave them on?
David, yeah. David,
Yes, sir.
do you want to come in? You and John?
Yeah, I'll come in.
Okay. Thanks.
Recording start.
The next door.
Stevens, report.
Recording in progress.
Okay, all right. Court come back into session. No action was taken in executive session. We move on to item 36, commissioners' comments. None. We're gonna go to item 37, county judges' comments. The county had collected, taxes. We collect taxes for the city of Del Rio and the San Felipe Del Rio Consolidated Independent School District. The numbers that the county put in the statement were off a little bit. We have already identified, 11,000, a little over 11,000 accounts that overpaid, on their school taxes to a total of over $220,000. Ms. Garcia, Matt, and Dr. Rios and his staff will be visiting this week. And the county, not the school, the county will begin to reimburse funds on all these accounts that had paid or had overpaid their school taxes because of the tax rate being wrong in the statement that was sent out. So the citizens that are going to be receiving funds, those checks are going to be going out just as soon as possible. And in an effort to be totally transparent, as soon as we get more information, we will put it out. But the county has already gone through the process of identifying every one of the accounts that people overpaid. So we've identified the accounts, we've identified the amount of money, and we all should be receiving a refund in the very, very, very near future. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us, and we'll try to answer your questions. Dr. Rios, again, Dr. Rios, Matt, Ms. Garcia, Olive, and school staff will be visiting, and the county will begin to send those checks out. On behalf of Verde County, I'm sorry that this happened. We will fix it, and you will get your refund. It's that simple. Any other comments? I cover everything. We're good? Good. All right. All right, item 38, this meeting is adjourned. Happy New Year to everybody.